Alright, hello everybody, what's going on? And in today's LEGO review, it's a little bit later than usual, I know. We're looking at the UCS Republic gunship that first came out in August, but I'm doing it in September. Yeah, had stuff going on in my life, so was a little bit occupied with that kind of stuff. So, we are finally doing it. This is the big $500 UCS ship that came out during this summer. Overly expensive, I will say, but let's see if it's truly worth it for the hardcore Star Wars fans out there. I was there when Solid Brick Studios did the set review for this, and I gotta say my first impressions, I was quite impressed by it and the overall size, and my god, I clearly underestimated this because this is a lot heavier and bigger than I thought it would already be. So that already is pretty impressive on its own. So without further ado, let's waste no more time. Let's get right into this UCS gunship. Alright, let's start off nice and simple. I mean, there's really not much I can dissect other than like this ship, and you got the stand. The ship is sitting on this stand anyways, so this is what it looks like on display, and just from a first visual point of view, looks pretty stunning, looks pretty nice. I can definitely see this, really being made for the average Star Wars collector. You know, seeing this in the middle of the room, or just, it really looks like something that you would want to put on display rather than to play with. Because, well, it's built like that. Secondly, let's not forget the fact that this is quite a heavy ship. So, there is that as well. Other than that, I don't know what else to say, but yeah. So let's start off by taking off this what do you call it? The ship. Okay, you take out the ship with the stand. So I'm going to show you the stand first, as well as the figures, and then we'll look at the ship itself. So it is quite heavy, as you can see as I take it off. Jesus, it's still really heavy up to this day. I've seen Brixie do like a swishability test, like whoosh, like swishing around. He did a whole video on that. That was pretty funny. You should go check that out. But we will not be doing it here on this channel. So here is the stand. This is what you are left with right after you take the ship out. It is of course very light. You've got the label, the whole sticker piece print right here. Manufacturer, the Rohirrim Heavy Engineering line, low altitude transport, basically all that. So you can just pause the video right here to read everything you want to know on that sign. And of course on each side you got the only two minifigures included in the set, which we'll go over to like first. Quite ironic, because usually I do minifigures last, but we're going to do this first. And of course here's the main stand. So they're wondering what is the attachment points into the ship. It is just simply this. There's a small little hole in the ship, you slip that in. These are just to hold the thing up, and that's pretty much it. One simple attachment on this little stand. So there's nothing too much to look at here. So of course, now with that, let's look at the two minifigures included in this set. So usually I'd zoom in on the table for a better view, but I don't want to move the camera too much, so I'm just going to keep it like this and show you. So here is Mace Windu. I don't know if this is like a new print or a new variant of Mace Windu. This might be a new one, but it also, I have a feeling it might just be a reused Mace Windu, which I'm a little bit disappointed. Kind of wish, this is such an expensive set. Number one, I wish I had more figures, and if they had these figures, have better exclusive prints that will make the reason of getting this set more worth it. So here's Mace Windu with his purple lightsaber, his Jedi robes. He has no hairpiece, of course, he's bald. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty nice prints on him, but like I said, if this was a reused print, I'm a little bit disappointed with that. Would really like to see like maybe a Jedi robed Mace Windu or something, or Clone Wars armor Mace Windu, like with armored on his hands, because he has armor in the series. So would love to see that. This is Commander Pons. I believe it's Commander Pons. It's Mace Windu's closest clone commander. Either that or is a clone from the 212th Battalion, which is of course Obi-Wan's battalion, but I really can't tell what this clone is from. Other than that, it is a Phase 1 clone. Because of the helmet, it's got the Phase 1 helmet. Take that off, you got kind of like Tamura Morrison's face, but not exactly angry clone face, because they don't do that anymore. It's got his rifle, and apart from that, no secondary face. So there's just one single clone. There's one single clone from the entire thing. No other clones. Again, like I said, this gunship was so big. I was expecting like at least a battalion of clones. Battalions in like 5 or 6. But minifigures seemed very disappointing here. Very lackluster minifigures. But there's really nothing we can do about it. But of course, LEGO says their main focus of the set was the ship itself and not the minifigures. But it would still be even better if we had some just a little more minifigures to add instead of just this clone and Mace Windu. So there is that. Alright, I've taken the ship right back onto the table. That hasn't defeated the fact that this ship is really big. As you can see, it's taking up a lot of room, and it's actually quite hard to rotate this thing, but yeah. So first thing you'll notice, of course, is just the sheer massive size of this thing, and secondly, the swooshability. Like I said, Brixie did a swooshability test with the ship where he just flew around like a little kid going with the gunship and all that, and that was actually quite a funny video. But like I said, I will not be doing it here on this channel, but definitely that just proves that LEGO has actually designed this to be able to be held with ease. I'd say the thing in the middle, that Technic rod you see right there, is kind of like the handle, but you gotta really have some strength to hold this thing up, because it's actually, I am not kidding when I say it's heavy. It is actually really, really heavy. So yeah, so overall appearance, color scheme is great, you know, follows the traditional gunship color scheme. You got the dark brown red, you got the green, the white. So everything is done spot on here quite nicely. Another thing I want to say is that there is quite a lot of space within the, you know, the actual passenger seat, like the actual like area for the troops, the Jedi, you name it, the vehicles. So there is a lot of open room there. So now I'm wondering, how many figures can you exactly fit? Like, you know, let's say you have a whole battalion of clone troopers. How many can you exactly put inside? I'm pretty sure you can fit quite the amount of minifigures. Even though the set only gives you 2 minifigures, let's see, you can definitely throw in all of your iconic Clone War characters into here. Lots of space. Heck, I'm pretty sure you can fit a mini ATRT, like those miniature builds, because of the amount of space inside. Other than that, playability wise, there were some play features. Even though I think this is a little more appropriate for displaying, but there are some play features in this set. Number one, you got the front guns, which are on ball sockets, like that. Very simple. So these are pretty delicate. They can be moved around, quite sensitive. So when you're displaying this, you want to look, and you want it to look absolutely stunning. You gotta actually be mindful of this. And of course, you have the ball turrets. I call them the ball laser turrets. The gunship is known for having these things. So here is the first one. It's just simple rotation. You can use this to close up the entrance if you want. And when it's in combat, you bring it out like this, kind of rotate around, shoot the laser and whatnot. The laser piece isn't actually included in this set, but yeah. So just fire around just like this. And of course, you can open up this, not tear it off, but you can definitely open it up. Put your clone driver, clone gunner inside. And definitely do not. Oh my god! I just broke the whole thing. Give me a second. Okay, I fixed it, but that just proves to tell you how sensitive these guns can be. Especially the build here is actually a little weak, as you saw just now. So, of course, just be mindful. You know, don't be too rough of it. Just be a little careful. But I will say this looks pretty nice. These ball pieces. This set included like, I think it was 8 of them. Because there's also some on the wings as well, so there's that. But I am pretty sure you can fit a clone minifigure inside to be the gunner of this, so that's pretty nice. And of course, the same thing is shared on the other side. Here is the other one, same articulation, you name it. And then on the front, of course, you got the main pilot's seat. There are 2 pilots piloting the gunship, if you didn't know. So for that to happen, of course, you need to lift these boys up to be able to access the driver's seat, the pilot's seat, if you will. Now I'm pretty sure it doesn't look that secure, but I'm quite sure it can be built. It's built to be able to fit 2 minifigures in here and have the ship. I would zoom in to show you guys, but the ship is just way too heavy to pick up. But yeah, this is where you just would fit the pilots inside to fly this ship, and then you just seal the deal, get it with just these cockpit pieces. Just like that, you close it up just like this. Make sure it's nice and tight. There you go. So you have that. To hold this thing, I will say the best way to hold this is actually not hold it. Many people are going to think hold it like this. But I'd say the best way to hold it is actually just hold it from the back where the slanted piece is and just do this. This is the most, I believe, is the most secure way, and you can really hold the foundation, keep it strong so you don't have to accidentally just drop this and break, or this just breaks while you're holding it. You want the whole base secured, so I'd say this is the best method of holding this gunship up. But yeah, thought I'd just tell you that while I still remember, because it's, it just came into my head. So other play features, of course, you have the doors. Now, unfortunately, the doors cannot be slid all the way here, like cannot be closed all the way. So for a completely enclosed gunship, that's just the way the set is designed, because this is already considered closed. You can, however, extend it even further back. I know you can't really see it because it's underneath the wing, so I'm just going to do it from back here, I think, just like that. And yeah, so you can lift the doors up. I guess that just opens up the room even more. There are some handles here for minifigures to hold on to. And yeah, so that just extends the space even more. Unfortunately, cannot be closed all the way, so that's just the way the set's built. That's just the way it's going to be. On the top, you got these nice missile shooters. These are where the gunship can fire its rockets at, if it's doing a bombing run or trying to just break open something, just evade droid fighters or something, you name it. And one of the key things they've kept was one of the scenes we actually see in Attack of the Clones. One of the shots that you see are these missiles rotating. And this is one of the key main features of the gunship. I believe there is a handle to actually rotate this. Let me see if I... Yeah, there's no hand. Okay, yeah. So that's shot. There was a shot in Attack of the Clones when the gunship flies up, and you can see these. It's rocket artillery or rocket missile ammunition here just rotating. So they kind of kept that iconic scene in the set. I know you can't really see it quite well. I'm going to try to tilt it down even more. There you go. This thing. So you can see the rockets rotating, and that's pretty nice. So that's one of... Glad that the designer of this set actually really paid attention to detail, and so that honestly was really what made this ship just shine out as a whole. And yeah, so other than that, here is the back of the ship. Here's what it looks like from the back. Of course, I believe this is like the radio or navigation, or I don't know, just to keep the ship balanced. Not quite sure what this is. And of course, the back could be opened up again. Surprise, surprise. So if I can slide this open. There you go. So in the Umbara arc from the Clone Wars, we get these really cool shots of when the Republic forces were of course invading the planet. One of the things they did was they opened the back of the gunships as it was still like on the move, so they don't become a sitting target. And as they're flying, the black doors open, and then the 501st ATRTs come pouring out and just deploy with the gunship on the move. So quick, fast deployment without making the gunship look like a sitting target. That was a really cool shot, and you can recreate it here because the flap back here opens. You can stick an ATRT, and then it'll come out just like that. So that's done pretty well. I'm quite happy. Details are very important. And these little Easter eggs, they don't mean much, but they do have a significant impact just by that little bit. Finally, but definitely not the least, we've got the Republic symbol on here. And then of course we've got the wings. These wings alone took quite a long time to build, I will say that. And on these wings, there are some things on here, such as more of these laser turrets, these ball turrets, but these aren't really ones you can actually open up. At least try not to, because then they'll just break. So these are for display purposes. These ones are actually for the playing purpose. Other than that, at the bottom, if I can just lift this up again, you can see that there are some rockets right here. These are not flick fire missiles. They are just built for the display feature. Pointing my finger right there, you can see the missiles tucked away at the bottom of the wing. You've also got the same on the other side. Same thing, you got the spear laser shooter. Then you've got the missiles tucked away at the bottom. Again, not flick fire missiles, so that's just the way it rolls. And then I believe, yep, there are, I don't know if I can try to, okay, I'm gonna try to like pick this up, get an angle of this. So show you guys that there are missiles right behind the door, if you can see it. Alright, that's the best I can do to show you guys it. Oh god, I'm gonna drop this. This is quite so heavy. And then I guess one more thing I would say, the hole for the attachment point to the stand is right in here. So if I stick my finger in, you can kind of see it. So there's that. And yeah, so overall, this gunship, very heavy, but looks really nice. What other things do I have to say? Looks really nice, quite heavy. The play features are meh. Kind of wish the doors could be closed all the way, but they've really kept some good important details on this ship here. And I'm glad they haven't neglected on details, but details are honestly so important, and they really did it here. Of course, I really wish I got the cheaper $200, was it $200? There was an older gunship that they released back in 2012. Kind of wish I got that one, but this is the Ultimate Collector Series version, so it's big, lots of parts, and it's expensive, without a doubt. So there is that. So we've basically gone through this whole ship. Let me know in the comments to see what any other details I may have missed. But apart from that, let us now just take a look at the box. And then we've seen the minifigures already in the beginning, so after we look at the box, we're just gonna wrap up the review from here. So let's do it. Okay, here is this big $500 box. I know there's a whole controversy with the logo on the box being wrong. It's like the Empire symbol instead of the Republic symbol, which honestly, in my opinion, is just pretty much very similar to each other. So I am not affected by that controversy whatsoever. But yeah, black box, of course, is an 18+ set, so hence, you know, that's why it's in a black box. They've been doing this concept since 2020, so there's that. Set 75309 with 3,292 pieces. Get just the whole UCS feel going on with this box. Other than that, here is the top, mace window, and then here is the side. Another shot of the gunship, and then on this side, this is the back, of course, with the full model on display. Some scenes from Attack of the Clones. You can see, like I showed you earlier, the rocket loading missile cut shot from that. Other play features, there's just more shots from the movie. The dimensions right here. So this is 68 centimeters by 33 centimeters. So that's quite evident. It is quite a tall boy. Quite a big boy too, might I add. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this big behemoth looking box. So let us wrap up the review once and for all. $500. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth it, man. $500 for this big behemoth. Like, make no mistake, this is a pretty good set. Ship is big. Kind of wish there was more minifigures instead of just Mace and Commander Ponce. You know, maybe like an exclusive minifigure, maybe like a Commander Cody, since we haven't gotten Cody in a while. Maybe some more figures to fill the gunship, because there's clearly a lot of space within the gunship. So I do think it deserves a little more than just 2 figures, given the size and the price you're already paying for this massive behemoth. It's so big that I could barely fit it in the frame here. That's how big it is. And to display this on the shelves, it will definitely pose a challenge. Let me tell you, it won't be easy to find a very suitable spot to put this. I think this would be better if it was put on like the middle of a room, middle of a table or something. On the shelf, this will demand quite a lot of shelf space. Just the wings alone, it makes it big. And the fact that it's actually also pretty tall. So with that being said, it is going to be quite the challenge to to figure out a good spot to display this thing. But it's still a pretty good set. Not quite sure about the price, but in the end, just from all this, I'm gonna give it a 6. Or no, sorry, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's not bad. Kind of wish I didn't pay so much for it, but an 8 out of 10 seems like a fair score for this Ultimate Collector Series set. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say. So let me know what you guys think. If you agree to me or disagree to me with what I've said in this review. But apart from that, that's it for this one. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more. Check out other LEGO content if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you all in the next review. Bye for now.